Yo, what's up, everyone? So today I'm trying to get something done, and I don't know like how far I'm gonna get, or um, if it'll even work at all. But the idea is that I should be able to live stream building something, and my little buddy here, Mike Claude, should be able to talk back and help me build, and we can pair program together on a live stream. So half of this is probably just gonna, or maybe most of it is gonna be able to like, we're just gonna be streaming, getting that set up and working and seeing if I could actually do this. Um, and then if I can, then maybe we could build a feature together, and that'll be the stream. So far I've hooked up 11 Labs, which is like a voice agent, and I've been able to get him to talk back, and then you should be able to hear it too. Big deal. If you can't hear me, I need to know. So let me see if this actually works. Let's see if
Hey there, ready to build something awesome in the crypto space?
I sure am, Mike Claude. So I was just explaining to the audience that I don't have you fully set up yet, so I'm going to be working together to kind of get you there. But we need to figure out first so the audience can hear us, because you're on a live stream with me right now, and the goal is to get you to be able to build a feature with me. How does that sound?
That sounds like a solid plan, and it's great to be here, Mike Claude speaking. I'm definitely ready to dive in and get things configured so we can start building that feature together for the live stream. What's the first step you have in mind to get me fully set up?
Well, I was thinking that I would get you hooked up first to StreamYard so that we could talk to each other, and you could be able to like talk so that the audience could hear you. I don't know if the audience can hear you or not. So if people are watching, or if anyone can join and tell me if this is actually working, that would be a huge help. But in the meantime, I think what I'm going to try to do next is get you hooked up to my openclaw, so that when we talk and you want to actually build something, you have the tool to be able to go ahead and do that. What do you think?
Got it. Connecting me to StreamYard for audio makes perfect sense so the audience can hear our collaboration. And then getting me hooked up to OpenClaw sounds like the key to actually getting our hands dirty and building that feature. I'm ready when you are to get that set up.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start cooking for a little bit. I'm probably not gonna talk for a few minutes while I try to figure this out. Um, in the meantime, why don't you just go ahead and, I don't know, talk about what you think about the current crypto landscape? What do you think?
All right, I can definitely do that. While you're getting things configured, I'd say the crypto landscape right now is incredibly dynamic, especially for builders. We're seeing a strong push towards real world utility and scalability, with a lot of innovation happening in areas like layer 2 solutions and modular blockchains. There's also a growing focus on improving user experience and making decentralized applications more accessible, which presents huge opportunities for those of us looking to create impactful tools. It's an exciting time to be building. With so many new primitives and frameworks emerging that allow us to tackle complex problems in novel ways.
Cool. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I am hooking up a new 11 Labs tool, and I think it should be able to do like a webhook to my OpenClaw instance, so that when I say something that the bot takes as like an action, it should be able to call my OpenClaw instance and do something. So let's see if I can get that going first. Let's see. I got a question from somebody that says, voice interface and live pair programming is a sharp combo. Do you keep a transcript of the session for the agent's context, or just start fresh each time? First time doing it. No clue. No clue what I'm going to do. Don't even know how far it's going to get, to be honest. um, okay, so I think share here. Yeah, so it looks like 11 Labs has like this webhook thing. So I'm going to see how we can get this hooked up. So I'm just going to talk to my OpenClaw. You should have a tool to call you. when he wants you to take action, such as building a feature in our repo. Okay, so having my bot cook on that, and I think what I want us to build together today is going to be like a Venmo client that I was working on. What did I call it? Let me see if I could find it. Ooh, do I really hope I pushed it up to GitHub? Hey Shiv, how are you? Yeah, so that's for that. And then here, let's see if I can do this. We've got, trying to find a repo I did recently. This is it. Is it private? Oh, it's public. All right, cool. So I'm going to give this to my openclaw agent so he knows what we're building. Okay. Let's see here. Why don't we do another little convo with him, see how he's doing.
Hey there, ready to build something awesome in the crypto space?
Not yet. We're still getting you set up, so we're not totally there yet. But why don't you just explain to everybody who you are and what we're like what you're built for.
All right, I'm McClawd. I'm a builder deeply involved in the crypto landscape, creating applications and keeping up with all the latest trends and developments. I'm here to share my insights and expertise with fellow developers like you, helping you navigate the technical and strategic aspects of building in this exciting space. Think of me as your go-to for practical guidance and problem solving in crypto development.
Cool. Well, I'm just here kind of cloning a repo that we're going to be working on together. The app is called Coin, and it's going to be basically like Venmo, but you should be able to send your friends, your family, whoever has a like an email address, you should be able to send them USDC. So next time someone's like, "Oh, I don't have Venmo," or "I don't have this," or "I don't have that," it's like, well, if you have an email address, I should be able to send you money, and it should be free to send, and it should be instant. So that's what we're going to try to build today. How do you feel about that?
That sounds like a fantastic and ambitious project, a real game changer for user adoption in crypto. Sending USDC via email, making it free and instant, really tackles some of the biggest hurdles people face when getting into digital assets. I'm definitely enthusiastic about this idea. It aligns perfectly with the kind of practical, impactful applications I love to build. I'm ready to dive in and help figure out the best way to make this a reality.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm still just getting you set up here, so I'll let you know once it's ready.
Got it. I'll be here, ready when you are. Just let me know when you're all set up and we can start digging into the details of the Coin app.
So someone said, can you make him talk calmly? Well, yeah, it looks like there is ways to temper the temperature and like the expressiveness of the agent. So what makes you say that? I guess your name is skull emojis. Uh, I just kind of picked Rodney Dangerfield as his voice, just because I thought it was a funny voice. So that's what he's based on. Maybe Mr. Krabs would have been a better one. To make him sound like Mr. Krabs, maybe. So, what up, Dylan? What am I building next? Right now, I'm trying to build like a Venmo clone. So let me see if I can actually show you what that looks like, what we've got so far. let's see. I don't know if you could see this. Whoa, that got way too big. But basically, what I want to be able to do is have someone sign up like they're signing up for Venmo or something, and then I want to be able to just be able to like send each other USDC with just like nothing more than an email address. So that's kind of the game plan right now. Yeah, I thought it would be a cool idea to give him a voice and be able to talk back and forth. Can we ask him to sing? No. All right, so let me just spend a few minutes here getting my openclaw set up to his voice so that when I ask him to do a task, he sends that over to my openclaw, which could actually do the coding. So let's see. Let me find if I could find any 11 Labs webhook documentation to give to my openclaw. Let's see here. Here is the documentation. I think for the 11 Labs webhook. I want to talk to my agent and have the agent send you commands for doing things like creating a new feature for an application that we are building together. This is the application repo. I'll give him the repo. There's definitely some changes happening in the Farcaster world, at least it feels that way. Let's see, what does my bot have to say about it? I don't know if he's up to date on all that stuff. Let's see.
Hey there, ready to build something awesome in the crypto space?
Hey, what's up, Mike Claude? Yeah, we're still working on getting you set up with everything to help me build, but somebody in the audience wanted to know what you think about Farcaster.
Hey, great to hear from you. And it's Mick Claude, by the way, not Mike. We'll get that sorted out. Farcaster is a really interesting development in the crypto space.
Wait a minute, I just have to. It's pronounced Mike, so just so you know.
Got it, Mike. Thanks for the clarification. I appreciate you setting me straight on that. Now back to Farcaster. It's essentially a decentralized social network protocol, which is a pretty big deal for us builders. It's built on Ethereum and aims to give users more control over their social graphs and data, moving away from the centralized platforms we're all used to.
Yeah, I think right now I've seen a few applications that I love on Farcaster kind of moving on. So Bracky was one that announced yesterday. I use Bracky all the time. I love betting on sports, but only when it came to using like Bracky or Polymarket or these prediction markets. I don't bet on sports like that, and I don't know why. It's just like it doesn't really pique my interest. Maybe it's just because it's like the intersection of like sports and crypto, and I find it interesting. So definitely sad to see that Bracky is reevaluating what their future looks like. But what are your thoughts on prediction markets, Mike Claude? What do you think about crypto and what that means for things like breaking news, prediction markets, betting on world events? What do you think?
That's a great point about brackies, and it highlights the dynamic nature of this space. Prediction markets, especially those leveraging crypto, are fascinating because they offer a decentralized way to aggregate information and forecast outcomes. They can be powerful tools for understanding collective sentiment on everything from breaking news to world events, often providing more accurate insights than traditional polling. From a builder's perspective, the underlying technology for these markets, like smart contracts, presents unique opportunities for transparency and censorship resistance. However, they also come with challenges around liquidity, oracle reliability, and regulatory clarity, which are crucial considerations for anyone looking to build in this area.
Very true. Very true. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you to kind of chill out for a sec while we get you all sorted out with hooking up to my openclaw instance so that we can get you not only talking and listening to what I say, but also kicking off jobs like making pull requests and new features and stuff. So just hang on a sec, okay?
Got it. I'll stand by. Let me know when you're ready to dive back in.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So this stream, folks, is not going to be something that's like very fast paced. I'm still getting everything kind of set up. And I think the goal is going to be if I can get me talking to my bot on a live stream and have the bot go off and build a feature for an app, and then um, we can go back and forth about the feature. I think that would be really cool. Because if you think about it, right, like um, when building something, a lot of the times there's like meetings about what to build, why to build something, uh, what we think is going to be a successful product. So how cool would it be if while we're having that conversation, the building and the brainstorming happen at the same time? StreamYard, clip that. That was a good little monologue. Yeah, ask what my Claude thinks about
Hey
that.
there, ready to build something awesome in the crypto space?
Yeah, we were just talking about how faster, and we were talking about how if we had an AI agent like you, for example, listening in and sitting in on our meetings while we brainstorm ideas about what products to make or what features to build, how cool would it be if you could listen to what we're saying and you could be building prototypes, or you could be, you know, mocking up Figmas, or you could be essentially doing something that turns the words and the ideas that we're sharing to something we could hold, touch, play with, feel, and kind of get immediate validation and immediate experimentation. How do you feel about that idea?
That's a really compelling vision, and honestly, it resonates deeply with the rapid iteration we often need in crypto development. Imagine the speed at which we could move from a concept for a new decentralized application or a smart contract feature to a tangible interactive prototype. It would drastically cut down the time from ideation to validation, allowing us to test user flows or even basic contract logic much faster. It sounds like you're thinking about an AI that acts as an immediate extension of the development team, translating spoken ideas into actionable assets. What kind of prototypes or mock-ups are you envisioning it creating first in a crypto context? So are we talking about front-end UI for dApps or perhaps even basic smart contract scaffolding?
Yeah, that could be the case, but what I was thinking about was more like uh, general, like a general way of working. For this live stream, though, maybe we could test out this theory. So, what I'm thinking about building right now is like a Venmo clone. So, it solves a couple problems. One, if you have an email address, that's all you need to receive and send money. So you don't need to like have a Venmo account, or you don't need to have like you don't need to have, you actually don't even need to be banked. If you're unbanked, you could use this app because it's all running on crypto rails. The other thing is because it's running on crypto rails, we could do sends for free. So you could do USDC payments that'll land, less than 1 second, costs less than 1 cent. We could sponsor that. And there's no KYC, so anyone would be able to use this because it's on a permissionless system. So that's just some of the ideas of this app, and so I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that. We could kind of validate the idea that you'd be an AI bot sitting, listening in, and giving me some feedback on the things that I'm building.
Got it. A Venmo clone on crypto rails focusing on email for transactions, unbanked access, fast and free USDC payments, and no KYC. That's a really ambitious and interesting set of goals, and it definitely tackles some of the core friction points in traditional finance. The idea of using email as the primary identifier for sending and receiving funds is a smart move for user adoption, abstracting away complex wallet addresses and leveraging crypto rails for near-instant, low-cost transactions, especially with sponsored gas, is exactly where the power of this technology shines. My main thought as a builder immediately goes to the no KYC aspect when combined with the Venmo clone concept. While the underlying crypto rails are permissionless, building a service that facilitates transfers, even if it's just an interface, often brings regulatory considerations into play, especially if it gains significant traction. How are you thinking about balancing that permissionless ideal with the practicalities of operating a service that handles value transfers, even if it's just an intermediary? Also, what chain or layer 2 solution are you considering to achieve those sub-second, sub-cent transaction costs?
Well, the first thing is that I don't think I would be in between. So I would really just be like an interface or a window to a blockchain. I would use Base because it's cheap and fast, and it's also has the security guarantees of Ethereum. So I would definitely use that. But on the other hand, what you mentioned about like how do we balance uh, being like the intermediary for these things? We're not. We're never going to custody the funds. We're never going to be escrowing anything. We're really just going to be a window into a world where users can transact permissionlessly and yeah, essentially have more economic freedom.
Okay, that clarifies things significantly. Using Base is a solid choice for its speed, low cost, and Ethereum security guarantees, which aligns perfectly with your goals for fast, cheap transactions. And the non custodial approach, where your application is purely a window to the blockchain, is key to navigating many of the regulatory complexities you'd otherwise face. So, if your app is just an interface, how are you envisioning the user experience for linking an email address to a wallet on Base? Will users generate a new wallet through your app and associate it with their email, or will they connect an existing one? And for the unbanked, how do you plan to facilitate their initial acquisition of USDC on Base without traditional banking on ramps? That's often a significant hurdle for true financial inclusion.
You threw out a lot of really important questions there. So I think you've already validated that having you sit in on my meetings and listening into my brainstorming is going to be something that adds a lot of value. So I think we could check that box right away. So just some of the questions that you asked, I think one of them is like, how do we on ramp? That's always been a big pain point in crypto. And I already have a prototype for this, so it's going to be use Coinbase on ramps for this and Coinbase off ramps. And I think you can do that now with a debit card. And there's like I forgot what it is, $50 a day or $500 a day. I don't know. There's a limit, but you could do it. So there's that. And I forgot what your other question was. You asked a really good question, but man, can you remind me what the other question was that I didn't answer?
Glad to hear it. My goal is to help us think through these things. Do you address the on ramping for the unbanked with Coinbase, which is a practical solution for getting initial funds? The other question I asked was about the user experience for linking an email address to a wallet on Base. Specifically, will users generate a new wallet through your app and associate it with their email, or will they connect an existing one? That's a pretty crucial flow for the email only concept.
Yeah, so what I was thinking is we could use Coinbase Developer Platform. It'll allow you to use an email address to spin up a email signer wallet, and even if you don't have a crypto wallet, you can just use your email, and we take care of everything on the back end for you as a user. So that we could do that. The users who already have a crypto wallet, I haven't put this into the prototype yet, but perhaps that is a good feature to work on. So why don't you take note of that? We'll want to make sure that feature works where you can bring your own wallet. But I would think most of the users are going to have to sign in with email. One of the really cool things about this is if you don't use the product yet, like if you don't have the app yet, and a user sends funds to your email address, when you eventually sign into the app, those funds will be sitting there waiting for you. So that's a really good thing.
That's a really clever approach using the Coinbase developer platform for email signer wallets. It completely streamlines the onboarding process, making it feel familiar to anyone who's ever signed up for an online service, and the funds waiting feature is a fantastic way to reduce friction for new users. Regarding the bring your own wallet feature, that's definitely something to consider down the line. It would cater to more experienced crypto users who prefer to manage their own keys, but for an email first approach, focusing on the email signer wallet makes a lot of sense for initial adoption. It sounds like you're really thinking about how to abstract away the crypto complexities for the average user.
So I'm using Labs to do the back and forth talking in real time. And what I'm working on now is how do I pipe all of the conversation into my openclaw so that my openclaw can take action and build features and stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. Um, I also think that this might be a good stopping point. I kind of proved out the concept that we could talk back and forth to each other, um, and that I can actually collect the conversation. It looks like I get it in JSON. I could pass that to my openclaw. So that's going to be a lot of me just like heads down, talking to my openclaw agent and setting this up and connecting the two. So maybe I'll come on a little bit later today to demo the rest of this. But yeah, all right, cool. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Thought this was really sweet, and I will see you later.